Hello everybody, it's Monica Heltz with your weekly update. Today is Thursday, March 25th. I did want to review some of the travel guidelines with you today, especially because we have some holidays coming up as well as spring break. We've got Easter, we've got Ramadan, a number of reasons why people may be considering travel. I did want to review that under the current recommendations, the CDC actually does not recommend traveling. We are still in the middle of a global pandemic actually. If you do end up traveling, if you're traveling with vaccinated people or two vaccinated people, or you have a necessary trip coming up, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. One is that you're going to want to make sure that you know the rules of the destination that you're traveling to. You can look this up pretty easily on the CDC website. They have a travel planner. You can just type in your destination and they'll go through with you some different things to keep in mind, like what kind of businesses may be open versus closed, whether you need to, whether there's a mask mandate in place, whether there are other restrictions such as a requirement to quarantine on arrival and that kind of stuff. So I do recommend that you review that for your destination ahead of time. Make sure that you pack plenty of sanitizer and lots of face masks, and make sure that you try to avoid any crowds in whatever the destination is that you're going to. The CDC also actually recommends that you get tested 1 to 3 days before your travel and 3 to 5 days upon your after your return. And they actually also recommend that you quarantine for 7 days after your return. Now, if you're all vaccinated, that recommendation probably does not hold. They don't spell it out quite that way on their website right now, but it is a consideration that you may want to take into account. The other thing I want you to make sure to understand as far as logistics, if you're traveling internationally, you most likely will need a lab report that you got tested within usually 48 to 72 hours of your travel. So make sure that you plan for that and you keep that in mind. They usually want a PCR test, which is the test that we offer here at the Fishers Health Department. Lots of other places offer this too. It is not a rapid test. So this is not the thing that is typically called rapid test where you get the results in 15 minutes. So you will need a lab report. We do have portals on our website that you can request that lab report. You're just going to want to give us a little bit of time to make sure that you have time to get that to you. We are seeing a pretty rapid turnaround on our test results right now. It's usually between 24 and 36 hours. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you are traveling internationally, you are also going to need a test to get back into the country. So you will need to arrange to get tested in the destination that you're at so that you can come back home. Some other things to consider is as you're considering your travel, you may want to look at how those variants are spreading. We are seeing that many areas of the country are seeing rising number of cases, and we're also seeing more increased spread of those more infectious variants. For example, the B.1.1.7 variant, also known as the UK variant. Currently, that variant, which is known to be at least 50% more infectious, is spreading most right now in Michigan and Florida. So Florida's had the most cases of that since we started tracking it, and that still holds true. So just keep that in mind. It is highly infectious. The people who are getting infected with it, we're not finding as much of a direct link to someone who's known to be sick. So it may be more casually spread, such as in restaurants when your mask is off, or in more casual settings rather than prolonged contact. So just more reasons to be safe and cautious. Avoid those crowds, wear your mask. Those things will all help and protect you and prevent you from being sick during your travel period, because that wouldn't be fun. If you are staying home and you're not traveling, you may be able to get a vaccine while others are out and about. So keep that in mind as well. The governor did announce on Wednesday that as of next Wednesday, March the 31st, the state will open up and anyone 16 years of age and older will be able to register for a vaccine. So keep that in mind. If you are between the ages of 16 and 18, you will need to get the Pfizer vaccine. So you're going to want to look for that one specifically when you're on ourshot.in.gov. You'll have a chance to select your vaccine location, and you will be able to tell if the site offers Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson. Fishers Health Department offers Pfizer vaccines Monday through Friday, so if that's what you're looking for, keep that in mind. I would expect that there will be additional appointment spots opening up. We are getting more and more vaccine. Keep an eye on those appointments. If you have one scheduled that you're waiting for, you may find an earlier one as things start opening up. We are starting to see more vaccine coming through, and I would look for some mass vaccinations across the state in those first 2 weekends of April. So keep your eyes open. We'll get you vaccinated. Be safe, everybody. Take care. Good night.